My name is Haley, and I'm a Colorado State University undergraduate history student interning with the CSU Extension Office. And today I'm interviewing Dana, who is a part of the 2020 Meeker Mustang Makeover as a trainer. I'm just going to start with some background questions. And so first of all, what is your profession and what is your experience with horses?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a profession. I'm only 19 and I'm currently interning under Sam Rock, who is someone that I guess, followed with Mustangs since I was 15. I adopted her husband's first ever extreme Mustang makeover horse. And just like ever since then, I never stopped annoying them because I just like got so into Mustangs. And Sam is one of the best trainers, if not the best trainer that I know personally. And so I was given the opportunity to intern under her this summer. And I was like, heck yeah, that's all I want to do. I want to learn how to work with Mustangs, get them a better home. And so I've just been riding since I was 7. And I didn't even learn about Mustangs till I was 15 when I adopted mine. And so like ever since then, it's kind of been an addiction, I guess.
That's awesome. That's a great way to spend your summer. What type of work have you done with horses in the past, and have you ever competed?
I used to barrel race a lot. That was before I even got into Mustangs. And then once I adopted mine, I wanted to train her 4 barrels, and I have raced her a few times at just like local jackpots and stuff. But other than that, it's just been Western pleasure riding that I started when I was 7 and just kind of learned to gain my skills since then. So yeah.
Nice. Describe an experience you've had with horses where you've been particularly successful and proud of the work you've accomplished.
So I guess with that, my personal horse, my Mustang, she's a very hot, energetic horse, and I've had to work a lot with calming her down. And I was actually able to give lessons on her last summer to a little boy, 5-year-old little boy. And I thought that because of the work that I put in for 4 years with her, that was like one of my biggest accomplishments, that I could have someone as young as a 5-year-old be put on a Mustang just to show that they're not dangerous. They're like one of the most versatile animals you could ever own. And like that just made me feel good.
Definitely. That's wonderful. Outside of working with horses, how have they impacted your life and what have you learned from them?
Their impact has been that they're all I want to do, like all I want to be around. I want to center like future careers around them and everything. And so I guess that the biggest impact is that they're like always my center of focus. Like they bring the most joy to my life, and especially learning under Sam, like it just makes everything worthwhile, like all the hard work and stuff.
Nice. What are your future goals with horses?
I'm not really sure if I want to necessarily be a like professional trainer, but if I could like continue to adopt Mustangs or even become like a tip trainer, I just want to give them the best homes possible, because like those horses deserve the world, and like not a lot of people know that or even know that they exist. And so if I could help them just like the smallest bit, that would be like a big goal for me.
Nice. So now I'll move into some questions specifically about the Meeker Mustang Makeover. Why did you decide to join the Meeker Mustang Makeover?
So for my internship, like the whole reason why I came down to Brighton from Loveland, Colorado, was because Sam and I got into the Los Angeles Mustang Makeover. And then because of the whole COVID thing, like we didn't hear about it for forever. We actually just heard about it a few days ago that it's going online. But our friend Nick came over and he's like, oh, I'm going to pick up a little filly for someone to train for this makeover. And we hadn't even heard of it. And we're like, it's perfect because it's local. We don't have to drive all the way to California. And it's like, you know, it's a lot smaller. So for me personally, it's the best opportunity to start training my first Mustang. And so like, we just thought it was the perfect, I guess, event for me to learn under Sam first, I guess.
Totally, that's great. What has
Yeah.
been your favorite part of training a Mustang so far?
Seeing my gelding's personality come out. He is like the most laid back, chill, like wants to be with you all the time Mustang I've ever met in my life. Like he's kind of odd in that way. Like he just wants to be loved like all the time, and he isn't really afraid of anything. Like super mega chill. Like today, first time he got his feet trimmed, and like I had only really been just picking them up and messing around with them, but he actually got them like clipped and trimmed and everything. Stood there like a normal horse would, like stood better than my horses did, which is funny. But yeah, it's just been really cool to see him like progressively show more of who he is. I like him a lot.
What challenges have you come across and how are you handling them?
I guess, well, especially with learning under Sam, I've obviously never trained a horse before, and learning that horses learn by release and like timing is everything. That's been the hardest part, because when I just started working with him on the ground, like no saddle, no anything, the second that they give to the pressure that you're applying is when you have to release, and you have to be so fast about it or else that could take a step back instead of a step forward. And so that's been like the biggest challenge, but I feel like I'm learning fast, which helps, but it's definitely been like the timing aspect is really hard to like, and she's just so good and been doing it for so long that hers is just like that. And I'm just like, I am not as quick as you, so I hope I don't mess this horse up. He's good. Like he's very patient with me, thankfully.
So what do you hope to accomplish by participating in the Meeker Mustang Makeover?
I just really want to get Stony a good home. Like that horse is already becoming like a favorite that I've ever been around in my life of riding since I was 7, and he's just got such a sweet, sweet personality. And like it's really difficult because I'm like, oh, maybe I want to keep him, but it's like I don't know if I should, because like he just deserves such a good home to go to someone who really wants to spend the time with him and do maybe even different aspects with him that I would, because like I don't know, I just really want to get him a good home and watch other horses go to a really good home.
Definitely. What are the elements that you think are important to consider with regards to wild horses?
That a lot of people don't really understand that like rounding them up is necessary. Like there's so many of them, and overpopulation is honestly like one of the biggest killers in them. And so it's not that people want to take them out of the wild and like force them to be around humans. It's just we're actually like saving them in a way, especially if you adopt one. And so I just think that the biggest thing is that I feel like we're doing more good than we are doing harm.
Definitely.
Like, yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience?
If you want a really cool horse, Stoney's your guy.
Awesome. Well, thanks for chatting with me, and good luck with the rest of training. I look forward to seeing the results in September.